with the intro?
I guess so, hello and welcome to another episode of It Never Ends. I'm Andrew. Over there is my good buddy Alex, pounding his soda or whatever that was.
Oh no, I don't drink soda. This is beer. Got me some stag corn.
He's pounding a beer over there.
All New Glarus's beers are good. I swear like 90% of them taste the same. I guess that's just the case for most beer, but
I always feel like whenever they have like brands that are just go, oh, it's this new thing, but I'm like, but it tastes the same because it's brewed the same way and everything.
gotta generate buzz somehow.
Somehow, some way.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what was it though? Because Taco Bell is doing like this weird like decades thing or whatever, and they just saw promo for their next thing they're doing for it, and I'm like, nobody gives a shit.
What is the decades?
I don't know. It's basically just they bring back stuff from like I think they're doing from each of like the decades basically. Like I think they're on like the 90s or early 2000s or something like that, and it's just like a popular thing at that time, and I go, I don't know. I don't eat Taco Bell, so
they brought back the Cool Ranch taco.
I guess.
Like if anything, bring back the fucking steakhouse burrito. I don't know shit about it. I just know that queso is crazy over it. Let's see. It's their Y2K menu.
Oh yeah, I remember that, and I'm like Y2K. I'm like, why was it called Y2K? Because Y2K just means 2000.
Didn't like the Cool Ranch tacos come out like way, way, way later than Y2K?
I mean, I assume it's probably just the 2000s or whatever, so it probably came out somewhere in the 2000s.
I thought it came out like post 2010s.
Who knows, man?
The fucking what is it? Chili cheese burrito? That looks disgusting, and I want to try it.
But do you though?
Yes.
But do you really?
Yeah, I'm a masochist. You know this about me.
That's fair.
I like doing stupid shit to make people laugh. So that's dumb. Why are we talking about Taco Bell?
I don't know. How did we get on the subject of Taco Bell?
You said something about their decades menu.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, we were talking about beer.
How do we get? Okay, whatever.
Because I was drinking Staghorn and then I ran out because I just slammed the entire thing. Enough talking about beer. Let's talk about Silksong.
Yeah. No. Apparently, it's too hard, and I go, yeah. I mean, it's definitely more difficult than the first game, but I don't know.
I mean, that's just the case with a lot of sequels, though, isn't it? Where the sequels are harder than the
I don't really
ones.
know what people were expecting. It was like, oh, well, I didn't expect all bosses to do double damage, and I'm like, it's almost like they wanted to make them more intimidating because, and it's a little bit harder to heal in this game than it is compared to, the original 2, because it's like all you needed was like a third of the soul bar fill, and you could heal for 1 heart, whereas where this one you need the bar full, but you get 3 hearts back. So
I mean, I feel like a lot of people were just expecting more Hollow Knight, which is,
I mean,
it would have been
it's
fine,
what they got, but at the same point, it is slightly different. But we're not the little knight anymore. We're Hornet.
Yeah, it's a sequel. It's going to be different.
Yeah.
It's like when I picked up Alan Wake 2. I knew it wasn't going to be an exact like carbon copy of the first game. It's going to be different, and that's okay. Even good in most cases.
Yeah. It's like, look, don't get me wrong. I hear the complaints, and I'm sort of in the boat there, but I sit here going just like, but that's just the game. It's just so funny to me. It was just like, and I know these two games are different, but it's like it's like no one complains about how the Souls games are extremely hard, and they go, well, we made the game easier for you and stuff like that, and they go, Souls games don't do that. They're just like, hey, figure it out. Whatever. I think it's just because the idea of Silksong is supposed to be more inviting, I guess.
I don't know. The whole idea is like, even the devs said that they didn't expect this to be anybody's first Hollow Knight game, which is like, why would it be? It's like, go out and play the first Hollow Knight. You'll get used to the game there, move over to Silksong, and it should be a relatively smooth transition. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit harder, but it's a sequel. I don't know.
It expects you to be like somewhat proficient or whatever with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be like, I don't know. It's always my complaint whenever people go, the game's too hard, and I go, the games are supposed to be challenging. Mm-hmm. You're supposed to get better as you go along. You're not going to be perfect at it right off the bat. That's just, if you legitimately think that, I don't know what world you're living in, honestly.
Not every game is going to be a Sony movie game where it just gets played for you.
Exactly. Now, do I want people to enjoy the game? Absolutely. Do I think that there should be potentially just like an option to make the game easier? Sure, why not? I see no reason not to have that.
There are already mods for that. Like, if people really want to do that, they can, but...
Yeah. But when it comes down to it, I sit here going just like, I don't know. Just do what Hornet says and get good. It's like, did I die to the boss they nerfed today, basically, like 17 billion times, and it aggravated me? Yeah. Did it deter me at all? No. I still beat him.
That's the thing, too, though. It's like...
Go ahead.
I was going to say, here's the thing. It's like, if you're one of those people that just wants to, be, super laid back and, chill out with a game... That's completely possible, and you can do that, and there are games out there for you. But if you're going to be so put off by a challenge where it's like, well, I can't even play this, then I'm sorry, maybe you want to play something else. Like, not everybody has to play, the big new thing.
Yeah.
It's like when Elden Ring came out. It's like you're not expected to be good at it, and if you don't want to get good at it, then you don't have to.
Yeah. It's a game that you slowly get better at, not that you're instantly good at.
Now, I don't want to discourage anybody from playing Hollow Knight, but...
No, and that's why I say I think that there should be an option, and instead of just making the game easier, I think there should be an option to, hey, here's the game as we fully intended it, and then here's the easier challenge where bosses only deal 1 heart of damage instead of 2 type thing, and if you want to play it on the easier difficulty, you can. Sure, I have no problem with that. I really don't have any issue with if there are an option for that. I don't know. But it's like some games are meant to be challenging, and the reward is when you finally beat that challenge. I don't know.
It feels so much more satisfying.
This is a general philosophy I've always had as when it comes to not just gaming and stuff like that. It's like, and it comes back to a quote I always hear all the time, anything worth doing in life is difficult, because if anyone can do it, then everyone would. But not everything is easy for you and stuff like that. And so some games in theory should not be easy, because the reward will be worth it in the end, and it'll feel that much better.
I'm sure these are all things like that the developers are looking at and are looking to possibly make changes on. I think a lot of people need to remember, Hollow Knight Silksong has a really small dev team, and the game just came out.
We're as we're recording this, it hasn't even been out a week yet. So it's, I don't know. It's fine.
And even if you're not blasting through the game, even if the
I've played very little of it.
Challenges, even if the challenges are really hard and it's taken you a bunch of tries to get through the bosses, just keep plowing away at it. You'll get better eventually.
Learn and see what you get better. It's like, what am I doing wrong here? What am I need to do better? If I'm struggling with a certain move, how exactly do I dodge it, or anything like that?
When it comes to basically any video game, that's one of the most satisfying aspects of them to me, is just noticing where your flaws are and learning how to get better at them, and eventually you see yourself becoming really, really good at it.
Mm-hmm. It's like
Mm-hmm.
huge. I was like, I think you and me are both huge roguelike fans or whatever. It's like Hades, another big one type thing. You're not
Mm-hmm.
instantly good at Hades. You can't, especially in the first game. If you beat Hades on your first try, holy fuck, that's amazing. But it's like the game is meant for you to get stronger as you go on with permanent upgrades throughout the game, as well as understanding how to make builds, understanding, like enemy movements and stuff like that, and finding weaknesses or whatever, and just generally learning how to play the game, moving, being able to attack, and defeating bosses and stuff like that. And at that point, you can almost feel unstoppable. Second game, a little bit harder, but the same concepts still apply.
I mean, in the same way, it's in the same way that Hades 2 is harder than Hades.
Exactly.
Silksong is more harder than Hollow Knight.
One of my biggest things with Hades 2 is that, like, because in the first game Zagreus had, like, you could dash like 3 or 4 times in a row or something like that, but Molinoi can only dash once, but she has then a run if you hold down the button. So it's like it took me a while to get past just like only having one dash, and then you could run a little faster as long as you held the button. I'm going, but once you figure that out, you're like, wow, this is actually way nicer. And going back to the first game and having like a billion dashes, you're like, holy, I'm zooming.
I think Hollow Knight, like the first one, is a great example for me anyway of that exact same concept.
Mm-hmm.
The very first mini boss in that game, that giant beetle thing with the club or whatever.
Yep.
The amount of times when I first faced that thing where I absolutely suck shit and it beat the fuck out of me is embarrassing. So I'm not going to say how many. But
Silksong, Silksong literally has that pretty much that same exact boss in this one. But if you and like for this one, and it's like you fight the boss before you have dash, basically. Because if you can get dash before you fight that boss, so much easier. So much easier. But you can fight it before you have the dash, and that's what happened with me. And in the end, I kind of just cheesed it, but it's fine.
I think that's what I did too. But at the same time, yeah, I sucked shit. But then eventually, after banging my head against the wall so many times, eventually I took him down. And as I faced more of him, inevitably, during other parts of the game, I was able to take like mini bosses down like that relatively easily. And it felt super good because I looked back at that time being like, man, I've come so far since then. And that's what makes playing games like Hollow Knight so satisfying. And I feel like a lot of people that may have gone a while without playing the first game and were just like really looking forward to this one may have forgotten like that was just part of the process.
Yeah, I think it's the part of the process, and I think that was generally like people look at that game and think that it's going to be a simple game. It's not.
No.
It's just not. I'm sorry if that's what you thought this whole time, but it's just true.
So indie games are weird. For people that don't know, not all of them are going to be like the super artsy puzzle type games. There's a lot of variety in the indie games market.
Yeah, there is. One of my favorite fights with was Nightmare King Grimm.
Oh yeah.
And God, that fight was so difficult, but it was worth it in the end because it took me 4 hours to beat that boss, and I literally just fought that boss straight. And I was just like, eventually you do it, you figure out its patterns, and you just get a little lucky at times especially against those bosses like that. But it's like, stick with it, you get better. Damn, did I lose that clip? I was like, I remember I was streaming it, so I had it clipped, and I was like, but I haven't logged on to my Twitch in a long time, so I just. So, and I didn't do like the thing where it's like, oh, we don't have the storage space for all of this. I'm like, fuck you, yeah, you do.
Dude, watching some of my old Twitch clips nowadays is so trippy.
Yeah.
It feels so weird going back to that.
Right? Yeah.
So we should probably also mention that it was so popular that it broke Steam and Nintendo, and I think even Xbox's store it broke for a little while,
Yep.
right? Sold over a million
Yep.
copies in less than 24 hours.
Yep. It's pretty wild.
So they're probably feeling pretty good over there.
I'd have to think pretty good. I'd have to think that the same thing as well.
And I feel like we do this every week, but note AAA devs, you can have a game for $20 and have it be super good and sell super well.
It's like they took like 200 something, 200 fucking years or whatever type thing. It felt like.
But they did it.
But they did it, and look at that. It's as good as we had always hoped.
I mean, how long did Silksong really take to make? Like 7 years?
7.5 years, and who knows how long they were working on it prior to the last game or whatever.
How long did it take to make Starfield? I'm petty. We're gonna look this up right now.
I mean, Starfield had to be like 10 years, right? I feel like they teased it a while back.
A year longer. Active development lasted for around 8 years.
Okay.
The game had a much longer conceptual history, with the idea of Starfield existing for over 25 years, dating back to the 1990s. Okay, we'll go with the 8 years number.
I'm gonna go with the 8 years. I'm gonna go with the 8 years. It's like, yes, the concept of exploring space or whatever has existed since early 2000s probably, but oh, I'm gonna just explore space. I'm like, okay, cool. You just explore space? Yeah, the concept's been there, done that type thing, buddy.
I'm just saying, sometimes it takes a while to release something worthwhile.
Oh yeah.
And
I mean, originally Silksong was only supposed to be like an addition to the original game, but then it just kept growing and growing as they came up with more and more ideas, and then they were just like, you know what? I think this is probably just going to be big enough for another game. And they go, you know what? I think you're right.
So what's next for Team Cherry, do you think? Just make the next Hollow Knight, or do you think they're going to do something completely different?
See, the thing is, I think if I had completed Silksong, which I have not, because I have not had a ton of time to play the game, if there's something lingering that they could maybe go off of, I think it would be cool to maybe explore that, because that's kind of where the whole idea for Silksong arose, where it was just like, Hornet was just here. Who is Hornet? Like, she's just... We don't know who she was, basically, prior to, you meeting her, basically. And so it was just like, oh, well, here's kind of, like, who she is and type thing, and, like, how she became as powerful and strong as she is. And I go, okay, that's cool. Is there anything you can do in that in Silksong? I don't know. But if there's something to explore, I think they'll explore it. You could even go into like the Pale King and stuff like that. That'd be kind of interesting if they want to continue this, whole like, I don't know, plot with the Hollow Knight, I guess, or maybe just make something entirely different that's similar. I guess, I don't know. I think they're gonna ride Silksong for as long as they can.
They're probably going to release at least a couple expansions, which is more than fine. I have
to believe so, because the first game had a couple.
Yeah.
And they were free. If they put out like updates for it, and they're free.
I mean, Gods and Nightmares cost $5, but that's only $5.
No.
Wait, or is this just?
I thought all the DLCs were free.
Is this just the soundtrack? It says just Gods and Nightmares.
I think that's just the soundtrack, bro. Oh, no. Okay, so yeah, it was.
Are you sure? Like, on the Steam page, it has the track listing.
Yeah, no, it's an expansion, and then they have a soundtrack for it as well.
Okay.
Either way, you released one. You released one DLC for it for $5.
That's not. People were asking to pay $60 for Silksong.
I was like, I was expecting the game to be at least $40, but they were just like, nah, it's gonna be 20. And I'm like, all right. So when I went to go buy Silksong, I'm like, well, you know, there's this nice little bundle where you can buy that plus the soundtrack, and it's for like $25. I'm like, well, come on now. Of course I'm going to pay $5 for the goddamn soundtrack.
I'm just waiting for like the big expensive edition to come out because I really want an art book for this game.
Yeah. They did that. They did that years later after for Hollow Knight on like I think it was Fangamer or whatever, because I remember buying it. I actually have my little Knight pin thingy that I got with it. It's pretty cool. So there's like that and a bunch of art book and I don't even remember what else. It was a bunch of shit, and it was only like $60, and I was like, holy shit. I'll probably do that too. So yeah, now that people can't clown on Nintendo's was it Directs or whatever for not having Silksong, what's the next game they clown? They're like, oh, I can't believe this game wasn't in it, even though we probably knew there was never going to be.
Are you talking specifically Nintendo?
I don't know. It's just like whenever like it was like I think the same thing happened with like Microsoft as well, where it was just like, why was there no Silksong?
I mean, for Microsoft, I suspect it's going to be Elder Scrolls, right?
Yeah, it's probably going to be Elder Scrolls 6. Yeah, you're right. That is probably true.
For Nintendo, I don't even know what the fuck. For a while, people were complaining, oh, where's my next Tomodachi Life? But now they're actually making that, so it's like, what do we complain about now?
Sort of, the next Animal Crossing.
You know what? Actually, yeah.
It's like, where's my Animal Crossing?
Where's my fucking Animal Crossing World Tour or whatever the fuck?
I also feel like when like the end of the year, like Game Awards and stuff like that roll around, if we don't see much for GTA 6, I think people are gonna just like, oh, like, why was there no GTA 6?
Is that game delayed into 2027 now?
I don't think it's been confirmed. There's been speculation for it, but I'm pretty sure nothing's been said about it.
Nuts.
Yeah, if it gets delayed to 2027, like, do you just start over? Like, legitimately, do you wait until like the PS6 or the PS6 and like Xbox, whatever? At that point, like, do you just wait for next gen consoles? It's like legit. I oftentimes wonder to myself about that.
So, before we like fully move on from Silksong, I want to know. So I have not played it yet. Mm-hmm. I'm still trying to crank out the first game. You have. You want to share your experience with our lovely listeners as to what it's been like for you so far?
Yeah, it's been great, honestly. It's like, it's a little, Hornet moves just like a little different from the Little Knight, because it's harder to pogo, because normally when you, in the first game, when you slash downwards, he just slashes beneath him, basically, and you could like bounce off of stuff like that, pogoing. Hornet doesn't do that. When you jump and attack down, she attacks diagonally, like down to the left or down to the right, depending on which way you're going, and stuff like that. So you can pogo, but it's harder to do so. And I hear a lot of people complain about that, because that was an easy way to cheese bosses, was just pogoing on top of them. So it's like, oh, you can't just do that anymore. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of like that was the whole point. No, but she just moves slightly different. And it's just like, they don't give you a ton of skills to go off of. Like you have like the was it like where you throw the needle or whatever, and then she'll throw it back or whatever. But then you have like these tools that are like you can like craft basically or whatever. So there's like little kunai you get at the beginning of the game where you can just like toss them out. That's my one complaint about playing this on like a controller is that the button for using the tool is you hold up and right bumper.
Okay.
But if you want to use just like your skill, like your non-healing skill, it's just right bumper. So if you can just kind of fuck yourself, because if you're saving up to heal and you accidentally use your skill, then there's half of your resources is gone. And you go, feels like that should have been a different button. Whatever. I couldn't imagine playing this game on keyboard or anything like that, so yeah, I think that's like my one real complaint about it or whatever. Other than that, it's great. It's like
awesome.
Each of the characters are very memorable and stuff like that. You know how they all kind of like when you reach a new area, you hear like the map maker and he has like the dun, 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 or whatever type thing. Like you kind of just hear him whistling out in the distance or whatever when you're close by. Mm-hmm. There's this other lady. She's like a hunter lady or whatever, which I don't remember, Shaka or whatever, something like that. And then she has like one of my favorite, just like you hear off in the distance is like, yeah. They did an excellent job with just making like the little like hymns or whatever you hear before you actually like see the characters just very memorable.
That's awesome.
And it's awesome. I love the sound design for the game and everything like that. It's like soundtrack is fire, as I suspected it would be. First game was fire, so might as well be the second game. Same composer and everything like that, obviously. Sound design's great. Hunter's March can suck my ass. It's this big ass open area that doesn't have any fucking benches. It's one of the ones where you have to learn to pogo with Hornet. So you have to learn how to bounce off of the things to get around there.
You told me about this.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But then the one fucking bench you find, you sit on that thing and you're click, and you're like, what the hell was that? And then boom, and then a trap just hits you right in your fucking head for 2 damage, and you're like, well, I hope you dodged it, because otherwise because you probably are halfway dead, like I was, and I somehow managed to dodge it my first time, and I go, that's evil. You evil sons of bitches. How could you do that? You know, I could understand the grubs being, a MacGuffin, basically, because of course you would do that. Mm-hmm. But you don't fuck with the benches, man. That's sacred ground.
Do they still have, like,
and
the
they did it.
Do they still have the map markers in this game?
Yes, they do. And that's the stupid thing about it, is if you sit on that bench and you see it, if you have the bench marker on there, it still marks it as a bench, even though you can't use it, because they're evil.
Jesus.
Evil. It's like in Resident Evil. It's like with Resident Evil 2, when Mr. X is running after you. If you walked into a safe zone, and he just fucking beat in the door, you'd be like, there is no trust. There's literally no safe spot.
Or if, like, in Dark Souls, if the fire exploded or started
right,
to burn
like you sat down on a bonfire and it just exploded in your face and you died from that. And I'm like, there is no trust here anymore. As much as I really hated that, good on you, Team Cherry.
It takes balls to do some bullshit like that.
It takes major balls to do that, but it was hilarious. I was flabbergasted when I saw it, and I was like, I did not expect that. I expected the fleas to some of the fleas to be a MacGuffin, but I did not expect the bench, and I should have. There is no trust here. I will scrutinize everything I see going forward, but you know what? Good on you. when they fucking came up with the idea. I'm like, hey, let's trap some of these benches or whatever type thing, so that way when you're in this really difficult area, basically, then they find the one bench and they're like, oh, thank God, I'm about to die, stuff like that, bench, and then the person sets down their controller and just goes, whoo, and then you hear the click and you're like, oh no. Oh, I kind of wish I had died there, because man, that would have been so much more funnier.
It would have made it.
But my reflexes were too good. Oh, golly, man. Talk about one of my top 10 most hated but also hilarious moments in gaming that I've had in quite some time. Legitimately, I was sitting over here playing or whatever, and I was just like, and then that happened, and I just yelled, "Oh no!" My brother walks in and is like, "You good?" And I'm like sitting there going, like, reeling him, like, they trapped the benches. I don't even know what to say to that anymore. I also like how sometimes when you find a flea, especially in Hunter's March, there was one flea I found, and it was like, oh, you just walk up and you attack the cage he's in a few times or whatever. So you're just walking up, trap. He's just like, you get trapped in a cage or whatever, and then two motherfuckers just jump up and shoot at you, and you're just like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And I died from that, and I was just like, what the fuck? They knew how to lure me in. They're like, hey, here's this little flea here. You want to go save all the fleas because they're nice and cute and everything like that, right? Wrong!
Are the fleas like the caterpillars in the last game?
Yeah, they're the grubs where they're just like you find out you find this little like traveling flea circus. And yes, that's what it is. And then they go, hey, could you help find all the fleas throughout the place or whatever type thing, because you're a nice person and stuff like that. And I'm like, sure, I'll save all the fleas and stuff like that. Yeah, maybe it wasn't worth the trouble, but they're just so damn adorable. I can't say no. I hope. I was like, I want them to make like a stuffed flea at some point, because I have like the grub one up there that it has like a little sound on it when you push the stomach in or whatever. It just makes like the noises you hear when you free the grub, and you're just like, yes. Now, I still have not played Expedition 33, and I don't know if I'll probably play it before the end of the year, considering that tomorrow, as we're recording this, Borderlands 4
comes out. Borderlands 2. Borderlands 4 comes out, yeah.
Dude, Borderlands 2 is coming out? Bro, that's crazy. Did you see this handsome Jack guy? Like, he's a piece of shit.
Boy, shut your stupid ass up. Piece of shit. You know what I was talking about,
yeah, I
fucker.
Know. Yep. So I was like, I'm probably not going to be able to play it, but I was like, for my personal game of the year of games I've played, even though I've only played, like 5 hours of Silksong, it's my game of the year.
Very fair assessment. It's been year frickin' year, hasn't it?
Oh, it's been so good.
We've gotten Silksong, we've gotten Monster Train 2. Aren't we also going to get Slay the Spire 2 before the end of the year?
I'm sure we will. I haven't heard anything about when that's coming out, but I'm sure. I think they said they were trying for this year, so hoping in a little bit here we'll probably get that. I know I saw for a while there was like the Dev Insights or whatever type thing talking about the game. All I know is that I had Hollow Knight Silksong on the top of my Steam wish list for 7 years. Pretty close to it. And it's weird when you look on my wish list that it's not there anymore. Yeah, it still says just 2025 for Slay the Spire 2.
Well, hopefully they'll announce a release date now that both Silksong and GT is out and GTA 6 got delayed.
Yeah.
they can finally feel confident in a release date.
Yep. Coming to early access again. Yep. But there's no date for it. It looks real good. I'll be interested to see the because they're I think they're having two of the classes return, and then they're having the Necrobinder. It's a Necromancer. So
Necromancers are awesome.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see also how they change some of the cards. Like I've seen some of the from just the dev notes about it, but God, I don't remember what any of them were really. I remember they said they reworked the champion to make him more difficult, and I go, why? He was my most hated Act 2 boss. I hate him. He sucks. What do you mean I put all these debuffs on him and only for him to go, ha, you think I'll die to that? And I go, and then he just shrugs it off, and you go, what the fuck? What the fuck? That's why I built my entire deck is for these debuffs. And then you just go, it won't kill me. 'Tis a flesh wound. And I'm like, fuck you.
Hopefully the board game gets an expansion when it comes out.
That'd be cool.
So football season is also starting.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah, it is week 1. This is after week 1 for the NFL and stuff like that. Packers looked pretty good against the Lions, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It's always week 1. It's like I always sit here going, just teams are kind of figuring themselves out or whatever. At least the Packers looked better than I thought, considering I thought for sure Detroit was going to be a loss. But then you remembered, oh yeah, this is Detroit.
At the same time, too, I'm just also so enveloped on what's going on in the baseball scene that the football is just kind of Packers, sure.
It's early in the season. I was like, get a few weeks in, and I think you can really get a good assessment of teams, basically. All I know is that the Bears still suck because they fucking choked another one away to the fucking Lions or the Vikings. Good on you.
Actually,
yep.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. You had that win in the bag so hard. But talk about another fucking choke. The goddamn Ravens choked a fucking double-digit lead to the Bills because Derrick Henry couldn't hold on to the fucking ball. I was just like, they're really gonna choke this. They're really gonna do it. I can hear them already choking on the script. I'm like, huh. So I see nothing's changed. Chiefs look terrible. Does the Chargers somehow beat them? I say somehow, but the Chiefs just played like shit. And the Dolphins are a big scam and got shut and then almost got shut out by the fucking Colts. Yes, the Colts with Daniel Jones as their quarterback scored 33 points against the Dolphins. What do you mean that he scored 33 points against the Dolphins? And for a while there, it was 30-0. Huh?
God damn.
Daniel Jones, who was so bad that the Giants dropped him. The Vikings picked him up just to have a backup just in case Sam Darnold got hurt last year. Dropped his ass immediately after they got kicked out of the playoffs. And then somehow, some way beat out Anthony Richardson for the starting position and then proceeds to score 33 points in his first game for the Colts. Man, Dolphins are the biggest posers. They talked about how they were like, oh, yeah, we're going to challenge the Buccaneers for – I think they're in the same division. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, we're going to challenge the Buccaneers for the division for the AFC South. Get the fuck out of here. Which is weird because you still have all this – you have Tyreek Hill and – Waddle or whatever, and it's something I forget what his first name is, but I know his last name's Waddle because he waddles like a penguin for his celebration. And then they have Devon Achan as their as a running back or whatever. Pretty decent running back. And theoretically, Tua should be good enough to throw the damn ball, but apparently he just sucks ass. Then again, at least he didn't get his like 8th concussion. I exaggerated that number, but he has had like 3 or 4. So there's that. I don't know. That was my big shocker. It's like everyone looks at like the Jets and how apparently Aaron Rodgers has still got it with the Steelers, which I don't. The blood magic's working overtime with this team right now. Is all I'm saying.
Is Aaron Rodgers doing okay? Did he get traded to the Steelers?
He signed with the Steelers over the offseason because his contract with the Jets was up. And lo and behold, because the script has got to be there. The first game the fucking Steelers play are against the Jets in Week 1. So he goes back to New York and beats them on their home turf, basically. After he sucked with the Jets.
God, it's gotta be. It's
scripted. I'm telling you, man. The script
No,
is working overtime, bro.
It's got to be hard to be a Jets fan.
I mean, yes, you're a Jets fan. I don't know why you're a Jets fan, to be honest with you. Like, there are some franchises I just wonder. Like, this isn't just like NFL too. Like, there's just some franchises I'm like, why are you a fan of this team? Like, they never win. They're only just crap, basically. And it's like, at least at some point they were at least somewhat decent or whatever. But like, in recent years, they just sucked ass. I'm like, the Jets are one of those teams. For baseball, it's like the Rockies. I guess for a little while there were playoff contenders, but have just continually sucked ass for so many years, and yet they still draw in a good amount of people to their games or whatever.
It's their home state. It's their home state team.
I mean, yeah, but the thing is like when you're in New York, at least there's like two teams in there. It's like you pick between the Giants and the Jets. Why did you pick the Jets? Then again, the Giants are doing much better, so you know. And meanwhile, the Bengals almost got beat by 40-year-old Joe Flacco as they squeezed out a 1-point victory over the crappy ass Browns.
No matter how bad the Packers do each year, we always still root for them.
I mean, yeah, that's true. But imagine there was 2 teams in Wisconsin, right? Like, and say the Jets were in Wisconsin or something like that. Why would I pick the Jets over like the Packers as my favorite team? That's what I mean. It's like for a state like Wisconsin, you only got the one team, so if you're interested in the NFL, you're probably going to just root for your home team. But like, I don't know. It's just weird.
If you're Wisconsin, that's all you got.
Pretty much. It's like, at least for like, like NHL or whatever, if you're a fan of the NHL, I guess maybe you go for like the Chicago Blackhawks or something like that because there's no NHL team here. But, yeah, that's my assessment of Week 1, I guess. The Ravens continue to choke when it comes to playing against good teams. The Bears still suck. Big surprise there. And Parsons looked pretty good despite very few snaps that he played just because he's dealing with injuries for the Packers. And Love actually looked pretty good. I find it interesting, though, that the Packers just gave Christian Watson a 1-year deal for like $13.5 million. And I go, the guy's never healthy. Like, legitimately, he started on the IR this year because he's still hurt from last season. Damn. I mean, granted, I think he's working through like an ACL, I think it was like an ACL tear or sprain or something like that. So that takes a while. But it's like, I was like, don't get me wrong, the guy is good, but like, there better be incentives for that one to play a bunch of games, or at least make some catches in that.
I don't know, dude.
I don't know. All I know is that all running backs looks like crap unless you're Derrick Henry. But then again, Derrick Henry had the game loss fumble, so I guess you could say he had a bad game. But overall, his numbers looked pretty good.
Speaking of football, they just re-released Backyard Football.
We did. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm curious. I was like, I think they talked about how they want to make more like updated backyard sports games, rather than just like re-releasing these old ones or whatever. And don't get me wrong, if releasing the old ones is cool, but I sit here going just like, but wouldn't it be nice to have like a new one? I think they're working on that though, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Don't worry, you just gotta pick the goat of Pablo Sanchez. Guy's the greatest of all time. If you don't pick Pablo, there's something wrong with you. I'm sorry.
They made a backyard hockey? When?
Made a backyard hockey, backyard soccer, backyard basketball. Pretty much any sport you can think of, they did it. I think I played like 3 of them. I played soccer, I played football, and I played the baseball. And whenever you're making a team, the first guy you got to pick, Pablo Sanchez. Every time. Like, you know, they say Tom Brady's the GOAT, but I'm like, no. Greatest of all time is Pablo Sanchez. It's not even close. Did you ever play any of those backyard sports games or anything like that when you were growing up?
Backyard football I used to play a bunch with my brother. I didn't play too much backyard baseball, but I remember renting it from Blockbuster once.
Hell yeah.
That was like right before they closed too. Well, no, that was a few months before, I suppose, but
I just remember going down to like the what was it, like Blockbuster, and just it's like that's how I tried WoW for the first time, is that I bought like a copy of WoW, which came with like a subscription or something like that. And that's how I tried it, and I went, yeah, I don't see the appeal.
I don't know. I remember that's how I tried out most of the games that I have on my GameCube was from Blockbuster. Then a few months before they closed forever, we rented a bunch of DVDs that we never ended up returning.
Nice.
Then we went back one last time for their closeout sale, and I bought a Kirby game for my DS, and I'm not sure if we bought shit else.
Nice.
We just kind of didn't end up giving our rentals back. I wonder if I still have those around here somewhere.
That'd be pretty cool.
I'll send you a picture if I can find them somewhere, but
I don't know if I ever did that.
Not return movies or DVDs.
Yeah. I don't think so.
I think it just got to the point where we had something for so long and just kept forgetting to return it. That we were just kind of like, to hell with it then.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, if we want a movie, we'll just go to the library.
There's one game I always remember. I rented one time, and I remember loving the game. I can never, ever, ever remember what that game was. For the PlayStation 2. I can't even really describe it to you. I just remember having so much fun with it, and I don't remember what it was called. So it's been that quest to try and find that game that I can never remember. But to this day, I still have not found it.
That's sad. You don't remember anything about it? You just remember...
Not really. It was like some medieval game. It was like top-down, where you could play as like one of 4. You could play as like a knight, a monk, a mage. I remember what the last one was because it sucked ass. The mage was always the best because you had the AoE effects or whatever, and no one could ever get close to you. That's all I remember. I just remember spamming the same move over and over and just walking through levels. God damn, if I can remember what it was though.
I have games kind of like that are just like lost childhood games. Like a lot of the old Scholastic PC games I wish I could try again. There was this one where I know the game gave you like a fake pen pal that I had a lot of fun with. I don't know which game that was. It was fun though. The one game that I continuously like rented over and over and over from Blockbuster, this is the one I do remember. There's two of them actually. One was Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee for the GameCube. And the other was Naruto Clash of Ninja 2 on the GameCube.
Nice.
I got one for Christmas because my parents knew I loved Godzilla. And I don't think they knew what Naruto was, despite me watching it all the time, so...
Dude, my parents never knew what I was like ever doing on there, pretty much. It was like, God, how old was I when I was like watching Bleach for the first time and like Naruto and One Piece? Like staying up late or whatever, watching those on Adult Swim, or what was that called, the Toonami or whatever.
Toonami was part of Adult Swim, wasn't it?
Yeah, probably.
I pirated a lot of the animes that we watched for a while.
I mean, so did I after I figured out how the internet worked. No?
Yeah, you said there was a few times where your parents walked in at the worst possible time.
Oh, absolutely, they did. It was whether it was games I was playing or whatever. It was just the worst timing ever to come in to walk in and stuff. No, it's not.
I have a bit of a funny story in regards to something like that once. So we watched anime through one of those like pirating websites, right, where you can just watch episode after episode. Remember once me and my little brother wanted to watch it on the TV, so we hooked it up via HDMI cable. This would be the last time we would ever pirate anime, and it's for exactly this reason. As soon as we clicked play, and granted, keep in mind, like, my parents were in the kitchen right behind us, right? They could see everything that was happening on the TV. We pressed play, and the website redirected to chattruebait.com. I tried explaining that we were just trying to watch TV shows. We have no idea why it did this. But he was just like, turn that off. You're not watching that filth anymore. And it's like, oh man, I want to watch One Piece. So we got the DVDs from the library instead after that. You have a fun story with your parents walking in on your...
I mean, I've told many
watching
of them on this podcast before, so I don't really want to rehash them.
Yeah, that's fair.
My number one most like, Jesus Christ, you literally walked in on the worst time was probably when... I mean,
wasn't it Sonic the Hedgehog?
No, it wasn't Sonic. There was Ratchet and Clank. There was the Ratchet and Clank one, which was funny as hell. That I've definitely told on this podcast before.
Yeah, you have. You've told that one a few times.
Yeah, but the worst one, but also the one that I think my dad was just like, okay, type thing. Like, didn't like it. It was just like whatever. Was definitely when it was the filler episode for Bleach when they were at the beach. So Yeah,
no, you don't need to explain that one.
Yeah, I think that's pretty self-explanatory right there. If If you know of the anime Bleach, you know what happens when stuff like that happens.
Same thing with almost every anime beach
It's true.
episode.
Whenever you go to the beach in any anime, boy, there's a lot of titties out there.
It's either the beach or a bathhouse if you're extremely unlucky.
Oh, absolutely. That's why I always hate it's always one of those ones. I know it's just the classic anime trope or whatever, but like the Persona series also has that as well, where it's just like you're just like, God damn it, why does it always have to be like this?
It's anime, man.
That's why 4 had to be the worst one or whatever with it, because there was like one point where I was just like, I think they were
hell yeah, man, let him dangle.
Well, that was hilarious, but like. But there was like early in the game or something like that when they're on like the camping trip or whatever, and like fucking Yosuke's just being a fucking creep about it and everything like that, and he's like, "Oh look, I bought the swimsuits for you ladies," and I'm just like, "What the fuck, dude? What the fuck?" And then I was like, "Oh yeah, which one looks better?" And you sit here going just like, and whatever, and I'm like, and it was just like. You can't just say both, or you can't just go, I mean, whatever. And like, no, you just got to be creeps with them. And you're like, fucking hell.
I remember watching you play that. That was, you were laughing. That was pretty uncomfortable.
Some of them were very uncomfortable. I'll say that. It was like, there's just sometimes in games where it's just like, you're just like, why does this got to be a thing?
Maybe they'll add new dialogue in the remake.
I hope they just skip that part in the remake. Because I don't think that will age well, I'll be honest. Hell, I don't think the fucking dungeon with what's his face? Fucking the biker dude or whatever. What's his fucking name again?
I don't know.
God damn it. Some Persona fan I am. Kanji. God damn. Kanji Tatsumi, yeah. Because, like, his whole thing is that, like, he's trying not to be, like, gay and stuff like that. And they poke fun at it. And I'm just like, wow, some of that aged well, some of it did not.
A lot of it didn't age well.
It's true. That's why I'm going to be very curious in how that one goes.
What is Persona 5 the Phantom X?
It's their gacha game.
They have a gacha game?
Yeah, it was only in China, and they recently had a worldwide release now.
Oh. Sorry, I stumbled on that while trying to find when the Persona 4 remake is coming out.
Yeah.
So, you getting ready, getting excited for spooky season?
Yeah.
Gonna start decorating your house, watching some spooky movies?
You know I don't decorate for anything.
I know. Every year I like to hope, though.
It's true.
That doesn't answer my question. You gonna watch any scary movies?
I don't know, probably.
Okay. What do you usually do for Halloween? I don't know.
Maybe I'll buy Amnesia the Bunker and play through that.
Okay. That's at least something.
I still really want to play through that game.
You want to hop on Phasmo? I feel like
we could.
We played a lot of that at one point and just never picked it up again.
Yeah, it's always one of those games where you're just like, I mean, I would like to play more of this, but like, I don't know.
I heard they added like a lot of new interesting content.
Yeah, I was like, they keep adding a lot of stuff, so.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like all the games that kind of came out or whatever. It was like, what was it, like Demonologist, I think was another one that was like it, but it wasn't as good. And one of those
Looks
like
great.
jump on the bandwagon because Phasmo was so big for a while there.
Hmm.
So do you think we're gonna have like just a bunch of Peak clones? Just because of all those games that are just because it's just like, oh, look at the fun
No.
clips.
There's this weird genre thing going on right now called that people are calling friend slap, which I think is a
Friend
really, which I think is a really weird name for a game genre. Yeah, it's like games like Peak. They're also
Like
including
Repo
like
and
Repo
stuff like that?
and yeah,
Yeah.
Lethal Company.
Lethal Company.
So I think, so I think we talked about this at one point where I think we're gonna have more like co-op games like that.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, I feel like there's never not going to be those kind of types of games.
Mm-hmm. Peak, I think.
I always call them, those are great streamer games. I
Mhm.
don't think a lot of people play them beyond either streaming or watching streamers play them. It's funny and sad as that is.
Sad but true. I don't know. I have a few coworkers that play the game
I mean,
together.
I'm not saying people don't, but I would say probably a majority of them come from people who are streaming and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I just realized now that Silksong's out. What's my next most anticipated game?
For,
It's probably just Persona 4 Revival, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say it was gonna be Borderlands 4, but that game comes out tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just sitting here going, just like, dang. It's definitely not GTA 6.
Not looking forward to Grand Theft Auto.
Nah, I'm alright. I'm sorry. Real fast. I just want to bring this to attention real fast, and I'm generally curious if you know what's going on. Why the fuck is the finals now as the top like best-selling game on Steam right now?
Because their new season just started. That happens with basically every like premium game.
I thought people
like
didn't like this
finals.
game.
Well, most people don't. It has a pretty dedicated community. I've talked to quite a few people that play the finals, and I'm never going to get into it, but there's it does have a dedicated player base.
Really?
I wonder. The destructibility is a big part of that. Like, it's. Part of me wonders how Battlefield 6 coming out is going to affect it, actually.
Yeah.
Because its big gimmick is its great destruction system.
Huh.
Let's see.
I was just curious. I was like, I just saw the finals was like the top selling game on Steam at the moment, and I was like, what the hell?
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. Didn't realize that people actually liked that game. I also see it sitting like very positive on Steam as well, and I was like, whoa! I didn't realize that.
About 30 30,000 players, which is pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Let's see how the others are doing, actually. Overwatch 2, about the exact same thing. It's weird that the finals is doing that well, actually. I did not expect that.
That's what I'm saying. It's just
I wonder if...
It just feels odd.
Let's actually go back. Let's see. Yeah, I think I know what it was. Because it was dipping for quite a while there. This is the highest it's been in a long time. I'm willing to bet Battlefield 6, the beta, kind of maybe push people towards it.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at other one. Like, how is Fragpunk is not doing too well. That's a little sad.
How's Marvel Rivals doing?
Probably just fine.
Probably. It's Marvel Rivals.
Season 4 for them is about to ship pretty soon here.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember hearing something about that.
88 concurrent 1,000 concurrent players.
I was like, only 88 players? I'm like, what the fuck? No, 88,000 sounds right.
I mean, that's still a dip. It's gone down from 418,000 down to since launch down to 88,000, which I'm willing to bet it's going to spike at least a little bit during.
I mean, yeah, I feel like whenever new season starts,
four.
numbers will probably go up. So
this is just the thing with most free to play games like this, though. There's a big initial push when the game first comes out, but then it
slowly
will
drops
generally
off.
even out.
Yeah,
I'm willing to bet like its player count is going to hover around like 80 to 100,000 people for Marvel Rivals lifespan.
yeah, I could. Isn't that basically what like the original Overwatch also hovered at for a while there?
Yeah,
Something like that.
I think is Overwatch's going up at all? Because that game has been getting a lot of good press recently. I can't believe I spelled Overwatch wrong. I'm such a dipshit. Yeah, it's been slowly but steadily gaining players again. That's good. Oh, never mind. It's up to about 58,000. What's that? Is it Wildgate? That one that former... That's a pay-to-play game, but... I think that's the ex-Blizzard devs' new game, right? Has that game not come out yet?
I don't know.
I'm sorry. I
do not know. I'm just letting you know I don't know.
Okay. About 50 players.
Oof.
Yeah, that one was always going to be a bit of a niche one, methinks.
Yeah.
Ooh, out of curiosity, let's see what Silksong debuted at. Just because we're on the website.
I was like, wasn't it like 500,000 or something like that?
Yeah.
I was like, I remember they said that at one point they had like 500,000 concurrent players, and I was like, dang!
462,134 is their all-time peak.
Okay.
And I'm
pretty close, but yeah. I mean, I guess that's just Steam if you include like all the consoles, yeah.
It is just Steam when you consider like every storefront it came out on. And I remember this game crashed Steam for a little while.
Yeah, it crashed storefronts
yeah.
all around. So it's like, yeah.
And now, because I hate myself and everyone else, let's see how well Dead by Daylight's doing.
I was about to say, how's Dead by Daylight doing?
Probably not good. Oh yeah, they're doing really bad.
Ooh, that's it's not great.
Peak players in the last month are about 104,000, which is decent. About 54,000. Okay, so they're still doing okay.
They're still decent on it. They're still a decent amount, but probably lower than they probably want.
Dead by Daylight's in a weird spot. So it's 2v8 just ended, and it really is becoming apparent to everyone else now. It's not just me in a vacuum, just how much it splits the community, because half of everybody is everybody on like our Dead by Daylight is like celebrating, and the other half is saying, cool, I'm never picking this game up again until the next 2v8 comes out. And now they had that tunneling and camping update that went horribly that they had to cancel.
Oh.
And now people are being super toxic. I am not kidding you when I say I think modern Dead by Daylight is getting like fucking League of Legends bad.
Oof.
Like, it's never been this bad before. It's kind of crazy.
It's also to the point where I sit here going just like, I feel like
people are starting to notice the cracks too. Like, we've discussed how hard it is to balance like asymmetrical games like that before.
Very, very few games. I mean, really, Dead by Daylight's the only one that's really stuck around.
Mm-hmm. And I think people are really starting to understand just how like unbalanced and shitty the game can feel. And it is not done wonders for the community.
Yeah, I always like The idea behind those games is great.
Mm-hmm.
But trying to make it to the point where it feels fair to both sides is next to impossible. So
I completely agree.
yeah. So ultimately, it's like, I don't know. What would you say? What would you say for like? What would Dead by Daylight really need to do? I guess to maybe, I don't know, get the players back, or maybe is this kind of just be like for the moment where it kind of just, here's the game. We're probably not going to update it for going forward, and we're going to work on whatever's next type thing. Obviously, we're still a ways from that, but
behavior's never going to do that if they can help it.
I know, that's why I'm saying it's like, but if at some point it gets to the point where there's like nobody really playing the game or whatever, and they just have to say, all right, it's over.
I don't know. Like, what realistically needs to happen to Dead by Daylight is the game needs a reboot. The game needs a full sequel because the game runs on spaghetti code. That's why trying to update and just like patch things and
how long has it's been out since like what 2014 or something, 2016?
Around there. And the problem is they never expected the game to do as well as they did because the game isn't 2016.
I mean, it was coming around that time where it was like Evolve was like the big game, right? Like everyone was trying to basically like, oh, we could do that. And then it was like, yeah, it just kind of caught fire. So it was just like, huh. All right.
Yep. So the game needs to be completely, remade from like the ground up. What they should do is a fucking Overwatch 2 type situation, right? Mm-hmm. But the problem is licensing. A lot of the characters that people come to Dead by Daylight for may get lost in the
transition.
In the transition.
Yeah.
And like,
I could see how that's a nightmare.
I like Dead by Daylight, but if people lost access to killers like Michael Myers, Pinhead, well, they already lost Pinhead, like a Leatherface, Freddy Krueger, like all these like big licenses that brought people to the game in the first place, they're probably not going to stick around. Like, if they did it like right now and got something out in less than 6 months, which, holy shit, do not do that. They'd probably still keep like, I don't know, Five Nights at Freddy's and maybe like Walking Dead, but yeah, so they're just gonna have to make do with what they've got. It's not an ideal situation that they've been caught in. I'm not sure if there's ever going to be a point where the game is like dead and nobody's playing it.
No, but if it comes to a point where it's like, all right, we're just continually losing players, no one seems to really be interested in the game. It's really interesting to me because like for games that have gotten as big as like Dead by Daylight, we haven't really seen one of those kind of just completely fall out of favor, right?
Yeah.
Like, not to the point where it's like, okay, we got to call it here. We haven't really seen that yet. And while that's a good thing...
I can think of one.
Okay.
PUBG.
Yeah.
That's mainly because of Fortnite, granted. But
yeah. I mean, yeah. But the thing is, it's like, this game's still running.
Yeah.
Like that's what I mean. Is like we haven't seen one of these games falling off to the favor to the point where it's just not running anymore. And I'm very curious as to when that will happen for something, whether it's PUBG or whatever. But it's like, what happens then? I don't know.
It just goes away, I have to imagine.
I mean, yeah, but like still, it's just like, huh? It'd be a weird feeling.
Sorry, I did not mean for it to go into another Dead by Daylight rant this week. I really tried to avoid that.
I mean, I also kind of provoked it, so.
Ooh, wait a minute. No, let's go back to that website. I have one more game that I want to look at, because how well is Halo Infinite doing?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I do also have a question for you.
Yeah.
If right now today, like they shadow dropped Halo Infinite on PS5, do you think that would help the game at all?
I think it would.
Do you think it would encourage like people, like PC people, to download the game again and get it back up?
I think if they had friends that didn't really have like PCs, and then they were like, hey, let's play some Halo or whatever on PlayStation or whatever. Now that it's on PlayStation, I could see it. I'm not saying it'd be a significant bump, but it would be like something.
Okay.
I don't know. It brings on the idea that we always talked about. It's like it's just hard to convince people to
come back to a game like that.
To move to a game that you're like if they're already playing a similar game, like if you're playing like
COD.
Any other multiplayer game or whatever, like Call of Duty and stuff like that, it's like what convinced me why to go over Halo Infinite? Because Halo, it doesn't have as much pull as it once did.
Mm-hmm. Dude, especially with Battlefield 6 coming out.
Yeah.
That'd be a hard sell.
Yeah.
I feel like it at least have to be like, if it came out, I don't know, like June of next year, I could see it getting a bump from that. But
real fast, just because I keep hearing everyone say it, but it's like, do you realistically think that Battlefield 6 will really challenge Call of Duty this next year for high selling game or something like that, or like just like best FPS for the year?
Mm-mm. So best FPS probably. Highest selling, no. I still 100% expect Call of Duty to do really well. I think it's
a juggernaut for a reason.
Mm-hmm. I think Battlefield 6 will do really well, and it'll hold its place probably more than most Battlefield games have. But here's the thing: all the people that are like doom posting and being like, "COD is dead. Nobody's playing this year's COD." It's like we've had this song and dance before
a million times.
Remember when Infinite Warfare came out?
Yeah.
And everyone was like, "This is the end. This is the last COD.
This is the end. Call of Duty's dead."
And next year, the Modern Warfare remake came out, and everyone was like, "COD is back, baby!" It's like, here's the thing: even if this year's is bad, even if it sells not as much as Call of Duty games normally do, it'll just come and bounce. It'll still sell, and it'll probably just bounce back the next year. Mm-hmm. People forget about COD games they don't like so quickly because they come out every single year.
Yep. And I feel like for a lot of people, it's just like, oh, hey, look, it's Call of Duty. I don't care. I don't know. I'm sure there's people that are really interested for it, but I don't know. Maybe it's just because none of us are really interested in Call of Duty or whatever. But
we're just the wrong audience for it.
Pretty much. But I just like, I don't know, man. I just like, I get it. But I don't get it.
Are you going to buy Battlefield 6 when that comes out?
No.
Exactly.
I'm just not a big FPS guy. But I don't know.
We'll see. I'm sure.
I get it, but I don't get it.
I'm sure like Battlefield 6 will cut into like Call of Duty's sales to some extent, I'm sure.
Sales or popularity or just concurrent players or something to an extent. Significantly? Probably not.
All COD really needs to do, though, is like, oh, well, why do people like this game? Cool, well, let's just copy that and put it into next year's COD.
Yeah,
they do that, and then everyone will forgive them the next year. This happens every single time.
And this comes to an interesting conversation I had with a friend of mine not that long ago. Is there ever a point where if like in something in Battlefield 6 is like completely new, we haven't really seen it before, type thing? I don't think there's going to be the case, but let's say for hypothetical reasons that something would exist like that. Like imagine that when Apex Legends was coming out, they patented the revive system basically. That says like, oh, this is unique to our game, and if you want to use it, you have to like talk to us or whatever type thing. Mm-hmm. It's like, could you ever see that happening in any game, basically?
Not if they're not Nintendo, but
Yeah.
No, I'm not sure.
We're gonna
I
patent
could, really.
monster taming.
I cannot believe they're trying to get away with that.
I didn't really want to talk about it because it's so ridiculous.
Let's finish talking about
Yeah.
COD first. Yeah, dude. I don't know. Even with Battlefield, though, I feel like if you hear what a lot of streamers have been saying, like, oh, well, this game needs Battle Royale, it needs Battle Pass shit. If the devs actually listen to that, then EA has to realize Battlefield 6 is good and people like it, but it is one bad update away from people despising it.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
many
adding what you just said basically would do that.
Yeah. There are so many ways to ruin a good game like that. And Battlefield 6 is doing good right now, but a lot of games have been doing good right now. For a while, Halo Infinite was doing good right now.
It's true.
It started with 250,000 players, and now it's down to 3,000. On Steam, at least.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always when you find the success is sticking with that success. That's the difficult part.
Mm-hmm. You want to talk about the fucking Nintendo thing? Was Nintendo being terrible?
I mean, it's basically just Nintendo with their whole suing of Pal World, not for the characters or anything like that, not for the similarities between that and the Pals and the Pokemon. No. For the monster taming aspects.
They're actually trying to patent that.
Yeah. Even though there's a fuckload of games that do the same exact thing.
That's like trying to patent like the third-person shooter. It's like, what are you even doing?
Yeah. It's like trying to it's like trying to say, oh yeah, we're the only JRPG that can ever exist, and I go, what the fuck are you talking about?
There's no way they get away with this, right?
I mean, the thing is because this is Nintendo, and I know they wouldn't do this if they didn't feel they had a case.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, oh yeah, it's ridiculous. It'll never work. But this is Nintendo we're talking about, so I'm a little scared. But I am going to put the point where there's no way this fucking works.
I'm very much in the boat of there's no way they're getting away with this, because not just like pushback on public in terms of like the public and like indies or whatever. There are like big like AAA games that have like monster summoning, where you summon monsters and you have them fight for you. It's like you can technically do that in Minecraft.
You can do that in Minecraft. You can Digimon, Monster Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
The list goes like, on and on.
I like Nintendo. They're a big company. If they actually try and take on Microsoft, though, they're going to get their... They're going to get fucked.
At some point, this became I mean, at some point, initially, it became a point of just like, we fucking hate you, go fucking die. Basically, is what this suit kind of feels like. Mm-hmm. It's like, we don't like that you're using our designs, even though we can't pin you with that or whatever, or at least similarity in our designs between that and our Pokemon, basically. And we don't like that you promote them with guns, because then that's bad for our reputation. So fuck off. It's kind of what it's felt like, right?
They're just being super fucking petty about it.
Pretty much. They're just like, we don't like the fact that we can't sue you over the design of the Pokemon, because we physically, I guess, can't. There's no legal standing there. But apparently they're standing for this. And so I'm sitting there going, okay, you know. I don't know how, but there is. Because, like I said, this is Nintendo. If they didn't feel like they were going to get away with this, they wouldn't do it. No one just does stuff like this out of the blue. If they didn't think they could, there was at least a small chance of it working. You know? It's like, man, imagine Call of Duty said that oh yeah, we're patenting the first person shooter type thing, and we're suing Battlefield 6 for it. Okay, where does that leave like Borderlands and like
Every other
FPS
shooter
out
ever.
there? Well, you guys are fine. We just don't like Battlefield. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, what the actual fuck are you talking about?
Is that their argument here? It's like we just want to take down Pal World.
I mean, it's what it feels like. Reading the whole thing is like you're trying to basically like patent the idea of sending out monsters to either ride them to and stuff like that to have them fight or some other like something just basically anything that of that sort basically. And it just like, okay, but there's a bunch of other ones do it. So it just kind of feels like they're just kind of picking on Pal World because, like I said, it's like they're close enough to the Pokemon design, and the fact is that its branding is basically Pokemon with guns. Like that's how everyone always describes Pal World, and they don't like that. That's my only thought process, is that they don't like the idea of this game being promoted as Pokemon with guns. So they want to do everything they can, even if it's bullshit, to try and take down the game.
I have so much hate in my heart for the Pokemon franchise right now.
But you see what I mean, though?
I do. Even just aside from all that, all the shit that's been going on with Pokemon cards, all the bullshit, terrible Pokemon games that have come out, the complete lack of creativity, and the fact that it's taken over like what most Nintendo products nowadays. Fuck Pokemon. Like, honestly. I hope this shitty lawsuit of yours fails. Fuck all of you.
It's either going to end with everyone just walking away going like, didn't work out, but no one really got hurt in the end, so it's like, whatever. And then Nintendo's just going to stew over there going like, they didn't fold. I can't believe they didn't fold. We're Nintendo. How did they not, how did they get away with this? We got to find another way to fuck them over and stuff like that. Or Pal World's probably going to end up on the short end of the stick because Nintendo bribed a bunch of people to get them off their game or get them off their shit or whatever. And then who knows what happens to the game at that point, and I hope it's nothing too serious, but who knows. Or Pal World's going to win and Nintendo's going to have to pay them a bunch of money. Well, in like probably a settlement. It won't be like a counter to it. It'll probably just be a settlement because they're like,
that's
the judge will be like, hey, Nintendo, you have no legal standing here whatsoever. If you don't take this settlement, we will rule against you and you will owe Pal World like 10% of all Pokemon like earnings forever. And they're like, well, we're not doing that.
Yeah. The Pal World will probably just be like, can you just promise not to sue us again?
I mean, pretty much. It would be like, hey, give us like $2 million and like, just tell us you'll never fucking do this again. And they go, I still don't like you, but fine.
That's what I want to happen. I feel like it's going to be the former, though, because a lot of like these judges and just like people like handling these cases, I feel like they just don't know video games. You know?
And this, you're literally bringing up my point. I was literally just thinking about too. Is that because you have judges that don't play video games? There's a whole patent thing that has to go along with this that is definitely more rigorous than I think Nintendo maybe realizes. But I really wonder to myself is how realistically how serious are they going to take this? And I go, or how big of a ramifications this is going to be if the judge rules in favor of Nintendo, because oh boy, I don't even want to begin to describe what that's going to mean. And the fucking level of power Nintendo is going to have over all developers from there going forward. That is a world I don't want to live in. Here we are, though. Hoping that Nintendo doesn't get their way.
No. It's Nintendo, though, so it's hard.
No, I have a feeling that it's probably going to end with like a settlement between where no one's really going to have to pay much money, and basically Nintendo and Pal World will be like, okay, you know, we don't like you and you don't like us. We understand that, but leave us alone. You know? I think that's legit. Realistically, I think that's what's going to end up happening here. I can't wait for a day after we record this that, like, court judge rules in favor of Nintendo. Everything monster taming is gone forever. That'll be funny if that happens, but at the same time, no, it won't.
And the monster taming ends. It just goes away from gaming forever, like the fucking Nemesis system did.
Yep. And then, like, I would say, well, the thing is they will use that patent, so basically that will just be gone forever. Unlike WB, where eventually the Nemesis system will be unpatented because they won't use it for so long. And then it'll become public property again. I swear to God, WB, if you redo that patent, I'll wrangle your fucking necks. I'll fucking do it. Or at least if you do it, make a fucking Batman game with it, with all the fucking villains. That would be so cool. Nope, they ain't gonna do that.
So the point of this podcast, children, is AAA gaming companies suck. They suck major dick. Go buy Silksong.
You know, I couldn't think of a better way to end it.
Yeah. It all wraps together in the end.
Exactly. In the end, it all comes back to Silksong. Just buy Silksong for $20, and you go, wow, this is a really great game for $20. Oh, and while you're at it, go buy the original game, and then you've only really spent like $45 for all of it.
The original game's only like $15, isn't it?
Is it? Oh, it probably is $15, and then I guess with the gods and DLC or whatever. So you throw that on top of it, then it's $20.
Yeah, only spending $40.
So it's only $40.
Over 100 hours of content, 2 of the best Metroidvanias ever made.
Best modern day Metroidvanias ever made. Boom. Go do it. Anyway.
Playing less than one single copy of Star Wars Outlaws.
Pay for half the cost of Mario Kart Worlds. Yeah.
Less than a single skin pack in Overwatch 2.
Less than one skin from League of Legends. Because there are $50 skins. Anyway, thank y'all so much for listening to this episode of It Never Ends. Be sure to like and subscribe to the podcast. Leave a review for us if you'd be so kind. Tell people about the podcast. And yeah. Anything else you want to say over there, partner?
Play Silksong. Happy Halloween. Boo.
Yeah, just like you said.
See ya.
Bye-bye.